Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to episode number 2 of Use It or Lose It. I always say that this is the Hot Mess Express, but today it truly is. This is not how I would typically be filming this. I liked the way I did it last time where I do one eye and just kind of see how it comes together and then finish off the rest and come back and tell you what else I'm wearing. But today is different. This will probably be the only time that I do it like this where one eye is already done. But for sanity's sake, I had to do it that way because I needed to get halfway ready while my husband was still here. I usually don't like filming whenever he's like in the room with me, but we had to do some things today. So now let's get started. This is the eye look that we're doing, and we are going to use the Naked 3 palette today. Y'all, I actually started filming this like an hour and a half ago, and I plan on doing an entirely different look, and it turned out so bad. And I tried to rescue it the whole time, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, I just cannot post it whenever you guys can't even get any good information out of it other than how not to do everything. So I wiped it all off, and we are going to do this kind of halo-ish eye look. I like it a lot better. The other one just looked really bad. And I would not want you guys to attempt it and also look as bad as I did. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do this one, and yeah, we're going to just jump right into it. To let you know, I have already primed my eyes, both of them, with the Ulta Nude Matte Eye Primer. This is amazing. And I set the all-over powder with my Milani Even Touch Powder Foundation face powder. And then I also just went in to this first color, Strange, all over, just to really set down the primer. Now, what did I do first on the other eye? I think I went right into the dark color, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go right into it. I'm going to use Factory today for this darkish color of the halo, so it's this one right here. It's a little bit of like a satin type of color. It's not super shimmery once you get it kind of blended out. And I'm just going to use this Real Techniques brush that's kind of like pointy flat. And I'm just going to take a little bit of it on the very tip of my brush. Not using too much. Is it just me, or is it like so much easier to work in these little round mirrors as opposed to like the big palette mirror? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of wonky since it's like rectangular, but I'm going to be using this mirror to work with today. So since I have hooded lids, I am going to make it go just a little bit above the little hooded line that I have. And first I'm just going to work on the halo part, and then we will fill in the rest of it. You guys, it has been 3 weeks since I have had time to film. So the videos that you've been watching have been filmed 3 weeks ago. And we've had a lot of like home stuff to kind of, you know, take care of the past few weeks. And if you've been with me for a little while, you know that I'm only really home on Mondays. Oh, I went a little bit high there. Ooh, let's just reel it in. Ooh. See, I get to talking and then things go wrong. So let me just bring that in a little bit lower here. Here we go. You guys know that I'm only home on Mondays, so if I have errands to do or we have things to work on, like, I just don't get to film. So today, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that I have the foundation laid down a little bit, I'm going to take this kind of fat pencil brush, and I'm going to start to fill in the inside of my little halo thingy. I don't like to get a whole lot of product on my brush at one time, so that that way it doesn't get too messy. I don't mind dipping like 80 million times to get it built up to the amount that I want. Because I don't know, is it just me? Like, it seems like half and half. Some people like to apply their foundation after doing their eyes, and then some people like to do it before. I always like to do it before, no matter what the fallout is going to be or whatever, because I don't like having to like be super precise, you know, whenever you're going around like the edges and stuff. I just don't like that. I also don't understand how people can do foundation after doing their brows. Like, their brows will be the first thing that they put on. And I'm like, but then you have to be really, really precise. And I think it's because whenever you're doing a really precise, sculpted, carved out brow, you go in later, and I see people, you know, going in with like concealer, like a crap ton of concealer, and really carving out the entire brow area, which I think sometimes doesn't look super natural, because the concealer is significantly lighter than the foundation. That's just my preference though, but it's just so weird to me to see that, because I could just never do it that way. But I think that's kind of the key to like Instagram type makeup, you know, like the makeup that looks really good in pictures, but then in real life it's kind of like, whoa, that's a lot of makeup. I'm rambling again. Holy crap. Just, that's looking a little bit wonky right there. I'll have to fix that later. But right now we're just filling in. I like to, anytime I'm doing stuff like this, is I make it a little bit of an either soft or hard kind of V shape out here. Because I think on my eye shape it just looks better than going round. Because if it's too rounded out here, it makes it look even more droopy than it really is. So I like to have just a little bit of a V out there. But if you don't have hooded lids or whatever, you could probably just round it off and it would look perfectly fine. Okay, now let me fix this outside a little bit. I'm going to take a fluffy brush with some face powder and just kind of diffuse the situation out here. So weird. Like, whenever I'm looking at it in the mirror, I don't really see this like darkness, this bumpy darkness right here. But it's showing up in the viewfinder. So there we go. The strangeness of camera. Okay, so that looks a little bit better. We're just gonna roll with it. I do think that I lost a little bit of my upper halo right about here, so I'm gonna add just a little bit just to deepen it up a little bit, and I'm gonna add a little bit right here. Yep, I need a little bit more right about there. This is kind of what I hate about having a point of reference while I'm filming, because now that I'm filming this, I'm looking at this one and trying to make it symmetrical to this one. Whereas if I was filming this one first, then I could take all the time I wanted whenever I'm not filming to like complete this one. But now I feel like I gotta be extra precise. But that's okay. We're just gonna keep at it. I think we're gonna stop that there, and I'm gonna add my interior shimmery part. Now, I wouldn't necessarily suggest doing this, but I am gonna take a little bit of makeup setting spray on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna wet my brush with it. The only reason why I wouldn't suggest this is it seemed to burn a little bit whenever I put it on my eyelid, but that could be the fact that I had just taken off the other makeup, so it was a little bit like, you know, tender. But I just got Liar from that palette on there, and I'm just going to start packing it onto the lid. Just the very center. And I'm just going to work in kind of like imprecise, as in not precise. I don't even know if that is a word, imprecise, but I'm just going to work in like little feathery motions so that it's not too, you know, rounded. And we're just going to continue to pack that on in sections. Just working it in all the way up to the top of the bottom of the halo. The bottom of the top of the halo. Oh my gosh, you guys know what I mean. I hope that you are enjoying the series, because I know whenever I first filmed the first one, I was unsure if I would continue to do it or not. And then as I was editing it, I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed doing that. And it kind of forced me to go out of my comfort zone a little bit and try something that, you know, I might not normally put together. And try, you know, the palettes in ways that I haven't used before. And I think for me that's really beneficial to kind of determining for the next declutter whether I want to keep what I kept before. So I'm kind of excited about it. Let's see here. Okay. I think we're good on that. We're just going to go back in now to the factory color, and we're just going to kind of do a little detail work just to even everything up and keep that halo shape. So right around here I want to add a little bit more so that I've got that top portion, and then right over here I want to deepen it a little bit where I added the color. That way it really keeps it on the center. And then right here I see kind of a harsh line, whereas over here it's more of a diffused look. So I'm going to go into that again and just kind of overlap those. Now I'm going to take this same brush that I used for Liar, just whatever's left on it, and then go back over it again just to kind of, yeah, I feel like it's a little bit more diffused now. Right here I'm seeing a lot of darkness. Okay, because I want the majority of the brightness to be right here, but then I don't want it to be too, like, you know, harsh lines. So that's pretty good. Now let me take another blending brush with nothing on it, and I'm going to just put a little bit of face powder again and just kind of go over this because I feel like this looks a little bit more harsh over here than it does on the other side. I want a little bit more factory to match right here the darkness level that is on the other side. Ooh, I got a lot of fallout. So I just take this brush. It's got nothing on it, and I'm just going to really lightly sweep everything away. I mean, that's what I don't really mind about the fallout, is if you put on all of your face products before and you have a decent enough amount of powder on here, then if you just run the brush really lightly in feathery motions underneath, none of it like sticks, you know? So you don't really have to worry too much about fallout. I mean, of course, if you were working, getting a little shiny, if you were working with a really, you know, black eyeshadow, it might be a little bit more of an issue. But I think for my purposes, this is okay. Now I'm going to take a teeny tiny pencil brush and just kind of fill out the lower lash line like I did over here. So I'm going to take the same two colors, Factory, over here on the outside and the inside. I'm just going to mimic the exact same shape that I did on the top. So the outer, and then I'll take a little bit, not very much, because you know I don't like going all the way inside with dark color, but I will for this look. So I'm going to put just a little bit on the inside and really work that in. Take a teeny bit more. Okay, and now I'm going to take the same brush with a little bit of that liar color that we used on the center, and I'm going to put it in the center of the lower lash line. I'm going to go back into Factory because I forgot to do this. I just kind of want to connect these two a little bit so that that outer V shape continues down into the lower lash line. Then to finish it off, I'm going to take this L'Oreal Silkaseam eyeliner, and it's in the color Highlighter, which is this pink highlight shade, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. Just not super precise, just kind of messy like that. Actually, I think I want a little bit more over here. So you can see that's like, whoa, that's really bright. I'm going to take that same pencil brush, make sure nothing is left on it, and I'm just going to kind of messily just kind of smudge it in, blend everything together. I don't know if you can tell too much, but there is a nice amount of brightness there, but it's not too like, whoa, you know. I really don't like a super crazy bright inner corner unless I'm doing a more bold eye than this. I feel like this is pretty, you know, everyday kind of thing. You know what, though? I forgot that I did put one more thing, just one more thing on the other eye. I used this Black Heart, which is the very last shade. I took a teeny tiny amount and I just put it on the outer part of my lash line, just to deepen it up a little bit. I'm going to put my brows on, the rest of my face, and then I will come back and I kind of like that, actually. And then I will come back and tell you what else is on my face, and then we will be done. So I literally just came back on here to tell you guys what I was wearing and realized I hadn't put on mascara. So now I'm really back. Let's run through these real quick. My foundation is the No. 7 Stay Perfect foundation. I have mine in Cool Ivory. This is my first time wearing it, even though I got it a couple months ago. Oops. But so far, oh my gosh, it looks so good on. I'm wearing my usual powders, the Milani, the Laura Mercier, but I also today am trying the Pressed Mineral Foundation from Cover FX in the number P30. This looks pretty darn good, I must say. First time trying it though. Where did it go? Oh, my concealer is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This product will be my next But Is It Good series product review thing. So I'm filming that today. It will go up sometime after this video. And by the way, I wanted to say, oh my gosh, I think this is my 100th video. If I counted correctly, this will be my 100th, and that is so exciting. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. What else am I wearing? I am also going to film a review today for the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze and Invisible Glow. I'm wearing both of those today. You will see my full review on those soon. I'm wearing the Becca Primer, Evermatte Poreless Primer. I've been trying it out for a week, guys, and I don't love it so far, which sucks, but I will keep testing it. Let me see. I'm using this Ulta palette that I got. It's available in stores currently as a free gift with purchase with a $16.50 purchase or more. So I am going to talk about this in a haul that I'm also filming today, but in case that video goes up after this becomes unavailable, I think this is definitely worth purchasing a few Ulta products for and getting, because actually some of these eyeshadows are crazy pigmented and so super pretty, as well as these face powders. So I would say go for this one. I'm wearing this blush today, and I'm also using this as a contour powder. It worked pretty darn good, I must say. If you guys want, I could do maybe 1 or 2 looks out of the eyeshadows in this palette. In case you pick this up and kind of want some inspiration, I would be open to doing a video on that. I'm using my typical brow product, Maybelline Brow Precise, you already know. And you already know I am using the Tarte Gifted Mascara. It is the bomb. I'm also, just so that you know what's coming up, I'm filming a review on the Vitalist Elixir Foundation from CoverGirl, so that's going to go up sometime, and also a review on the Total Tease. What else? Oh, on my lips, I am wearing ColourPop Blotted Lip in Ice Cube. It is this kind of matte berry color. This is going to be part of my But Is It Good series. That will go up after the next one. So there's NARS, then there's another one, and then there will be ColourPop. So look out for that sometime in the distant future. And I think that that's it, guys. I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you liked this eyeshadow look. It's really growing on me the more I wear it. I'm digging it. So thank you so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.